Hi guys, and welcome to another video. And in today's video I've come up the coast to the Holy Island of Lindisfarne, which is located in the north of Northumberland. So I've timed the crossing of the causeway to reach the island to coincide with the high tide just starting to come in. So basically I've left it as late as possible to cross the causeway, and there's a good reason for that, because Holy Island is totally transformed when a lot of the tourists leave the island and you sort of get the place to yourself, and really it's like stepping back in time. So I've just noticed the scene, I'm just about to set up, then I'll talk you through it. Okay, so I've just composed my first shot, and basically the light's a little bit harsh, you know, we're talking midday sun at the moment. So I imagine I'm going to convert this to monochrome, you know, a nice black and white. I could be wrong, but I think it probably will become a mono. And basically what I've done, I've used the grasses at the front of the frame here to almost sort of lead the way in, and then swing round and ultimately come up and hit the tower in the distance, which is about there. You know, I hope you get the idea of that. As I say, it's a nice, quick, simple shot. I quite like it. I think it'll be good. It's a good starter, and you know, and it's always good to get one in the bag. Apologies if the footage is a bit wobbly. My eldest lad's borrowed my other tripod because he wants to shoot the moonrise tonight. So, you know, who am I to get in the way of a budding photographer? Anyway, I've composed a simple little shot of the tower here, which hopefully you can see behind me. So really, I'm putting the tower quite central in the frame, and I'm keeping the shot really simple. You know, it's probably going to be mono again, and I think really with mono images, generally simple works better, you know, less is more. If you take one thing from this video, less is more. So yeah, I'll take the shot. It's f10, ISO 100, 200 for a second, and this is the final shot. Okay guys, I think we'll head to the village and see what's happening there. Go on. The idea, it's all very pretty. Let's go and take some photos. I've composed a nice little scene here, but it's really windy. So what I'm shooting a panoramic of Bamburgh Castle and Ross Sands. Now the problem is a traditional panoramic, most people think of you take a few shots and stitch them all together and then merge them to create one big file. The problem is it's that windy and the water's moving, and the chances of me merging various files together and getting a sharp shot are probably pretty much non-existent. So anyway, as you've probably noticed, I'm using the A7R Mark III today. So that's a 42 megapixel body. Now if I crop it down to the old expand dimensions, which is like a film camera, which would be what, 25 by 64 I think it is, that'll give me roughly a 23.5 megapixel file size, which in all fairness is going to be quite good enough for fairly large prints, and it will enlarge nicely. So really I don't have too much of an issue with that. So, you know, it does mean I have far more chance of actually getting a sharp shot. So I think I'm at 125 per second, f5.6, ISO 100. I've fitted a polarizer and fit a little bit of glare off. I'm going to take the shot, 2 second self timer, put my hand in place, and hopefully that will be it. I'll put the shot up now. I love these boat houses, for want of a better name. I'm not sure if they're really boat houses or they're just boats turned upside down, turned into sheds, but whatever they are, they're very photogenic, they're very Lindisfarne, you know, they're quite iconic. The problem is finding a nice one to photograph, you know, a nice subject with a bit of interest, because, you know, as happens with anything, over time things get modernised, you know, and they use different sorts of waterproofing outside, and it's just not as picturesque as the old battered one. So really, I'm going to have a bit of a hunt around and choose my subject really. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I've struggled a little bit with this, I'll be honest. I've found a fairly alright shot, spoilt by the danger fragile roof sign on the front of the boathouse, but you know, I suppose that's the way it is. But you know, there's just no drama going on. The sky's a bit bland. So I've tried putting a 10 times filter on. I'm going to try and sort of hopefully get a bit of detail in the sky, a bit of movement in the sky more so. You know, a bit of interest in the sky, I suppose. I'm not really sure if it'll work, you know. I'll put a shot up now. It'll either be the 10 times or just be the plain old straight shot. So I decided to walk around with the camera and take some handheld shots. You know, sometimes if the big scene isn't working, it's a good idea to just take some more details, because that also tells the story. And it also gets your creative juices flowing. But as you will have also seen, I've just photographed these boats behind. A splash of colour, blue sky, what more can you ask for? But it's got a little bit hazy again, and if I walk around here, you will see behind me, we've got the castle. Now the problem is, I'm going to put some old shots up of the castle now, just to show you what it looks like in good light. I'm just really not optimistic that the weather's playing ball. It's a bit hazy. I don't know if anything's going to happen. I'm going to walk over there and have a look, but you know, it may be a no-go. Well, as you can see behind me, the castle's getting a little bit of light, but I'm really struggling to get any sort of angle to make anything work. The tide's still a little bit too high. But what I have done is I've managed to squeeze in a cheeky little panoramic composition of 4 boats, actually between the island and the mainland. So I'm just going to take it. And I'm going to put it up now. And this is why you should always hang around. Not sure if you can see. The castle now has some light. I've got a slightly better angle. I'm taking a vertical. I'm really rushing. I wish I had time to use some grads. I'm really having to sort of hope that I can pull the dynamic range back out from the file, which I think with this Sony is pretty decent. I think I'll be able to. But really, it's just a case of me just now, I've committed. I'm just going to carry on shooting. And when I finally get the shot, which I think is the one, I will put it up now. And that's it, guys. It's a okay, future me is going to butt in. Basically, that was the last image I took of the day. But the image on the screen at the moment is one that I actually tried out a couple of compositions before. At the time, I thought the shot was a bit of a write-off. I didn't think it was really working. But as actually happens, is when I've got back home and put it on the computer, it's actually my favourite shot. So this goes to show something. Never delete any photos on your camera if you think they're not working, because you never know, you might get them back and you might actually be pleasantly surprised. Anyway, let's go back to the video. I hope you liked the last shot. I think, fingers crossed, it's come out okay. I won't know until I get home, but I'm mildly confident. I think I've done all right today. The conditions haven't been perfect, but I think, you know, I think there might be a couple of nice shots there. I'll let you guys be the judge, you know. I'd love to hear your comments. You know, and if you like this sort of content, do let me know. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave me your comments, you know. Do you prefer this sort of stuff? Do you prefer tutorials? I prefer doing this. It feels a bit more natural. I'm just taking you out with me, and it's great. So anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, thanks again. Bye.